It's Monday, January 24th, 2022. I'm in state of New York, but in some graphically explicit whatever. I'm toggling between whether it's a fallout shelter which is posted in the local area and a fell out situation. I had a situation, it's situational between family dynamic, but not family in my forever family. This is situational to just this set of characters, which is Bourne Linda, Bourne Lewis, Nicole, and then forced to Bourne adjacent. Adjacent, which is more like a tangent, but that's humanity and their disgusting Charlemagne, whatever they've been up to, in quiet, dangerous places elsewhere, while the verbose has been growing in the local area, like fauna and flora of a whole nother set of circumstances. There is some new theatrical delight, according to Linda, although some of it is absolutely repulsive. But it depends on which section of land things. The humans use this word lesbos, but lesbos in land placement is an island in the Greek islands, or so the last map I had access to was written. But in New York City, they refer to this Lesbos movement with a rainbow flag, and and they characterize it as women and women, and no male involvement, which gets into an area of I don't want to know about it. But the original campaign movement and way of disclosure was some form of correctness at some length before the spinster department got involved, and then turned the very clear overstate to some chaotic some subverse. I mean, there's another word. It pertains to Zeus and the Titans and subjecting something to Hades, which for me goes back in solar eclipse things of purposely someone was aiming the ear things into a hole like golf, into a black hole, to then have one string and almost go fishing as to the results of what would ensue or transpire, which is really foul, but that's how I find humans to be at this gate, in their subjecting one another in dangerous monster and alien conversations. So now this whatever. So this morning, the humans are not, they're not scripted sublingually or verbose. Here's how this goes, because I'm an alpha in this situation, alpha, delta, gamma. So now in this day, I I have time ticking. It's like a ticking time bomb. We have to get to school. We only have so much time. I'm on schedule. It's the only thing I have to be on time for today. Like almost missing a train or an airplane or whatever. You have this set ticking time clock. The only one I'm going to have today, other than picking him up. And because it was snowing this morning, there's a change in the morning routine. My son needs to get boots on and go find his sneakers, put them in a plastic bag so we can leave the house because the time hit 8 o'clock, then it was like 8:02, and I'm like ticking down on instruction time because he doesn't work as efficiently, in Bayside, with another woman in the house and whatever, being my mother and Lewis. And so now I'm the alpha, I'm the mother, I'm the one who's walking him to school, I'm the one with the set time clock, I'm the one with the set of instructions that is the most imperative in this entire situation. I'm looking at my son. I need my son to look back at me and say, get your sneakers. I'm going downstairs to get my boots on, so we're moving in an efficient manner towards the exit so we can get to school in the least amount of time wasted. That's it. That's what I want to say. But instead, in the verbose, disgusting dysphoria and dysfunction of this family unit, Linda is coming over me. I'm not telling him to go get his sneakers on because he's not listening. Nobody told you to speak, woman. Go away. I can handle this, is what I want to say. But that would be rude and obnoxious and whatnot. So I keep my inner dialogue to myself, and I'm like, Lynn, shh. I was like, I need to speak to him. I was like, just get your sneakers and meet me downstairs. And then my son, of course, is reacting to what she just said, and he's like, why are you always so mean to me? And why do you say, and I'm like, don't get off task. Don't, it's almost like, don't fall into the black hole of human. We have a mission here. We have an objective, we have a mission, we gotta get moving, kiddo. And I don't have time for you to do, the whole human thing, oh my god, you hurt my feelings. No. Go get the shoes, put them in a bag, meet me downstairs, I gotta get my boots on at the same time, so we just move as efficiently to the door as possible, and we avoid all human contact with the grandmother unit that's dysfunctional. Are we good? So, that's how the verbose goes. Now, here's how Alexa defines inhuman. Alexa, define verbose.
The adjective verbose is usually defined as characterized by the use of many or too many words, wordy.
Right, I find the humans in their small talk have way too many words, no purpose. I speak when there's a purpose and a function. Other than that, I'm silent and I can't be bothered. I've always been that way. Why would I open my mouth and grace you with my presence if there wasn't a purpose? So that's why, it really upsets me. And that was the same with my children. I was always there listening for them. They needed something. I was always there to help them. They come to me. They open their mouth. There's purpose. There's reason. And I need to be connected to them and do something for them as their caretaker. Now, my parents and I don't work on the same level, the same understanding. There's something broken in their thought process for whatever reason in humanity. Whether the black hole reprogrammed something in the state of New York where I wound up in 1978, not quite sure. But I have never fit in to this level of social dysfunction. Really, I haven't. I have an idea of how a mother and father should be with their children, just wasn't written into my daily dialogue or script, and never was able to go into motion or act out the correct way because the person and family member in my forever family was taken from me, and now I have all this circumstantial diagnostic crap that is plaguing me in forward motion and getting so much worse. Because the first three, from 99 to 2005, They worked so beautifully and effective. They were effective. They listened when I didn't speak much, but when I did speak, they listened. And there was they function like a beautiful team. I call them my boys, my men, my whatever. But I carbon copied them myself out of my own skin. Difference. And yet the last one is in a totally different situation and a different family dynamic and is so dysfunctional. And that comes in a 2012 version. The skin looks right. The Maori, the human body machina, is beautiful genetics. Has a beautiful opportunity to be something really beautiful. The problem is the connection, the sublingual script, and the family dynamic now in this disgusting realm of what does that look like in timing? Is that cylindrical inside of a black hole causes some kind of super UV radiation? Because that's what this feels like coming through. And now the humans, I'm blowing up like plasmatically. I'm taking on energy that in an adipose tissue that is not natural to my human renowned as a reincarnate. But here we go on conversations that are not very human. I'm frankincense. I'm really not common sense. And I think that Lynn and Lou work off of common sense, which is why we don't communicate on the same level playing field. They're too verbose in small talk. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It is Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe. Galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.